So, welcome back to Swiping Left. I'm Suzanne Linfante. I'm your host, and with me today is fellow comedian Tom Padevano. Tom, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. You can find Tom on he's got a website, tomcomedy.com, or you can find him on Instagram, tomcomedy2. So, how are you doing in the dating world, Tom? Got any good stories for us?
Oh, I got plenty of stories.
He's got
Yes.
stories. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How are you doing out there?
I don't even have stories at this point. That's how bad it is.
Oh, boy.
That's how bad it is. But
Mhm.
so let's see. Do you have a crazy story right off the bat?
All right. I'll give you a crazy story off the bat. It's kind of similar to something that somebody else told you in one of your previous shows, in a way. Uh, well, I met this woman in the wild, which is a great saying. Ask your niece if I could use that because I love that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she got it from me. So I can give you
Oh,
so
okay.
and I got it from my friend Donna V. So you can
Oh,
use
this
it.
is okay. Good. So met this woman at a club and all that. So we dance, we buy her a drink, and at some point, a photographer comes by from the club and says, "Would you like your picture taken?" She goes, "Oh, can we have that done?" I go, "Yeah, go ahead." So they take the picture. A few minutes later, they come back with two copies. I pay for it, and the woman keeps both copies. She just grabs them from the photographer,
Oh my gosh.
and I didn't say anything. I said, "This is a little
Weird.
strange."
Yeah.
I said to myself, "Oh, maybe she's so impressed with these pictures, she's gonna put it up in two rooms in her house." I don't know.
Ah.
So anyhow, that was kind of a prelude to what would be happening next in a way. So
Oh, I
I
can't wait.
call her, yeah. So I call her up. Would you like to go out dancing next weekend? Yeah, okay. So I go to her house. I pick her up, and as soon as I start driving, she says, "Wow, can I use $1,000?" I said, "Excuse me?" So for the whole drive to the club, she's talking about why she needs $1,000. Now, I don't even remember why she needed the money because I kind of tuned out. The
Sure.
only thing I remember saying is, "Well, I hope you find someone that gives you $1,000." We get to the club. You could probably figure this out. She says yes to use the ladies' room. I go into the men's room. I come out. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. She either climbed out the window,
Oh
flushed
my
herself down
God.
the toilet, or left. She was gone.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is a serious story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So she basically just wanted that $1,000 and
Yeah. If
that
I would have known, of course, I would have brought 1,000 with me. Ha ha.
of course, yeah, because we all would have done that.
Yes.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. That's fantastic. So you called her again for a third date and what happened?
Yeah, really. No, that was about it.
Wow. Have you ever done that? Have you ever like snuck away, gone to the men's room and not come back on a date?
I would never do that to a woman. That's cruel to me, the sneak out. If it's not going well, it's not going well. But play out the date. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. So when you're on a date, do you ask like crazy questions?
I probably have like when is your kid getting out of jail?
Yeah. Was the
Uh,
kid predetermined to be in jail?
I don't know. Well, there was one woman I dated, and we liked each other, but on every date she would tell me what new problem her son was getting into with
Oh
the law,
boy.
and I said, "Man, this is not." And then one day she actually saw her ex-husband on the street, and she gives him this big hug, and she's talking to him for about a half hour. I'm like a block away. And I'm saying, between the ex-husband on the street and her son constantly getting arrested, and I know she wants a serious relationship, and I'm open to serious relationships. I'm saying, nah, this is not working.
I don't
This
blame you
is not,
there.
no.
You don't want any part of that because you're going to be the one bailing him out of jail soon. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So, you said you had other stories. Let me, do you have another one queued up, ready to,
yeah. This one in a way is the most interesting to me. This is actually going to be a third or fourth date, and the date is an invitation to her Halloween party at her apartment. And she said I could bring a male friend, which I did, my friend Mark. Get to the party. I greet her in the kitchen. She goes, go out to the living room, mingle, sit, whatever. So I sit down on the couch. This woman dressed in clown makeup and a clown outfit says, hi. I said, hi. She goes, you don't know who I am, do you? I said, no. Turns out not only is she the best friend of the new woman, Nancy, that I'm dating, she's also a woman that I broke up with 9 months ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And through the whole party, she's coming on to me. She wants to get back together.
Oh, no.
And it's very uncomfortable. And, and she was originally from Connecticut, and she had this unusual voice. And she used to call me Tommy. And she, at one point, Tommy, why don't you drive me back? Drive me back to my place. So I go to the new girl, Nancy. I go, Yoel, your best friend out there wants me to drive her home. She goes, oh, would you do that, please? I said, all right. So I do drop her off. So like on Tuesday, I asked Nancy about going out again. And she goes, well, I'm going to go back to cooking school, so I'm not going to be able to see you again. I'm saying, I did all this, and now you're breaking up with me.
Wow.
And
go ahead.
Then the PS to the story is, now the Halloween party was obviously on or around Halloween. My birthday is November 27th. I wear a medium just in case you want to know.
Yeah. Good to know. Yes, we'll mark that down.
Okay. But so my birthday is November 27th. On November 27th, in the mail, I get a birthday card from Nancy, the one that broke up with me, saying, something like happy birthday to ex-girlfriends just pop up out of the blue. So now I'm thinking, I go, why would she send me a birthday card? She broke up with me. I don't understand. So to this day, I was wondering, does she want me to get back with her? Should I call her? And I was tempted because I really liked her.
Yeah.
But then I said, nah, no, I don't like the way this whole thing went down. I'm not calling her.
I'm wondering if her friend saw a picture of you that she was dating and wanted to get back with you. So that whole Halloween party was a ruse to get you two back together and driving her home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just wondering. I mean, you could tell her your policy against dating clowns, which I think would go over well. But I wonder, like, was there some kind of ulterior motive there to that Halloween party and the ex-girlfriend showing up? So that's just my wonder on it.
That's an interesting point that I never thought of, though I know.
Because the birthday card said something about ex-girlfriends popping up.
Yeah.
So maybe she meant your other ex.
Oh,
her best friend.
Wow, I never thought of that. You're good.
I don't know. I could be way off base. It's just making me think. That's all. It's just, It's
possible, though. I remember Nant, the newer ex, said that when she met me, she called her friend and go, I met this guy last night at a club. And she's describing how I'm into comedy. She goes, is this guy's name Tom? Does he live in Queens? Yeah. And the thing is, Nancy lived in Brooklyn. Barbara lived in Manhattan. So there was nothing in common as far as that.
Right.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm wondering. All right. Wow.
Possible.
All right. So those are pretty good dating stories. Got another one queued up for me, or do you want me to ask you? Okay. Oh, look at him. He's like, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch.
I do. Stop me whenever you want.
No, keep going. This is great.
Okay. Well, this one woman of all place I met at a pool in the gym I went to. Okay. And she probably started talking to me. I could be quite shy. I know it's hard to believe because I do comedy, but I really am. Okay. So anyhow, then we went for ice cream after we left the gym, and then
that's just funny in itself. You just work out and go eat ice cream.
I know, right?
Yeah, we're healthy.
Taking her to look for a new apartment. But now it's going to be basically our first date to me. I took her to the movies. I said, would you like to get something to eat? She goes, no, you could take me home. She goes, well, Tom, this afternoon I saw my friend and she had a dress and she said $100. And I said, how about 90? She said, okay. So Tom, will you give me $90 for the dress?
Why are people asking you for money?
I don't know. And I just said, again, what? So she starts snuggling up to me in the car. Well, I'll wear it just for you. Uh-huh. And
What?
yeah, and if you want, I'll even wear the dress and you could approve of it. And I just said, well, let me think about this. Now, we already made a date for the next day. I was going to take her to an Italian restaurant. Now, I'm happy to say that I very rarely get headaches. But the next day, I got a headache and a bad. So I called her up and I said, I'm not feeling well. So I'm going to have to cancel it. It's as if God said, today I'm going to give you a headache. So when you call up to cancel and say don't feel well, you're not really going to feel well. You're not lying.
There you go.
There
Wow. Oh my gosh. So did you ever see her again or no?
No.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
No. After that,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I could use the $1,000. Especially I've been collecting $1,000 from everyone on the podcast, Tom.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, listen, I like you. I'll even throw in a dress.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
What will you throw on a dress? That's what I want to know.
We'll figure it out. We could talk in the wild.
I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding. Yeah, in the wild. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's a good one too. All right. All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, you're getting out and around and having some fun. So
Yeah.
how many people, I'm wondering, have like brought up the money thing? How many people have like somehow asked you for money?
I think
How many dates?
I think that's the only two that I really remember because it was so out there.
Yeah,
They
that
weren't
is
subtle.
crazy. How do you just like ask?
And this is a first date. First date. I mean,
Wow.
Mhm.
So what else? What other ones you got?
Okay. This woman.
He's like,
Yeah,
okay, number 72.
yeah,
Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah. You sure you don't have 3 hours? No. This woman I met, actually, I guess they call it a loft party, like a party in an abandoned factory or something.
Oh.
So I got her number and all that. So first date, we went to the comic strip. She likes comedy. That's good. And she drank her share, but she was okay. Second date, again, at the comic strip. But now she got blasted. I mean, totally blasted. So we leave the comic strip and she screams at the top of her lungs, Tom, let's go to the deli and get a 6-pack. Like drunky talk, you know what I mean?
Oh, I do.
So I said, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Now, so I'm driving her back to New Jersey and she's making faces at cab drivers as I'm driving. All of a sudden, she'll start that noise again.
Okay.
So we're getting like close to the Lincoln Tunnel now. And she said, Tom, instead of taking me back to my place, drop me off at the bar. I said, well, I'm not shocked at that. Okay. All right. So we get to the bar, and so she gets out of the car. And as she's getting out of the car, she goes, call me. I said, okay. Now, Suzanne, lying is not a good thing. I don't think people should lie to each other.
Okay.
So the next day, I called her. She picked up the phone. She said hello. And I hung up.
Okay. All right, then.
I called her. I kept my promise.
See
I
that?
didn't say anything about having a conversation.
We have an honest man here, people. He's an honest man.
There you go. So I said, and I did not call her again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, don't blame me for that. Well, I mean, at least she wasn't a one-word answer kind of girl.
Oh, no.
What more do you want? Come on. You said you wanted that.
I know,
you said you wanted fun.
I know. And she didn't ask for money or a dress.
Really? Oh, my God. She sounds like a keeper to me. I don't know.
I got to see if I still have her number. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, call her again. Hang up. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
All right. Keep going. You can keep going.
Okay. All right.
Number 142.
I know.
Okay.
If you're getting sick of these, let me know.
No, not at all. Keep going.
Okay. Oh, yes. Now I remember. This one woman I met at my favorite club, Copperfield's. Anyhow, got her number, called her up. Would you like to go to movies and dinner? Yeah, okay. So she gives me her address in Brooklyn. So I drive there. ring the doorbell, and some guy answers. And I said, I'm here to see Fern, because there's no Fern that lives here. I said, okay, I'm sorry. Call her up. I go, Fern, I got to the address, and there's this guy here, and I'm not attracted to men. I wasn't interested in him. What is your address? Whatever it is. She goes, oh, I always make this mistake. It's East something street. She gave me the wrong address.
Oh my.
And this is all the way across Brooklyn. So now it took me a long time to get there. And I finally get there. And I took her out. And I remember going to dinner afterwards. And I said to her, do you like the Star Wars movies? She goes, no, I don't. I go, why not? She goes, I don't understand them. Oh, you don't understand Star Wars. Okay. Oh, and that's fine. And actually I wanted to go out with her again.
Okay.
I mean, she was attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, and all that, but she didn't want to go out with me a second time. So that was the end of that. So what can you, but I mean, the wrong address thing.
Yeah, that makes you wonder, did she want to go out at all? Was she seeing like how serious you were and making you traipse across town? I mean, like.
Yeah, you make me think of alternatives I never thought of. That's good. Maybe it was a purposeful thing.
Wow. Like that's just, I mean. Yeah.
I know. You want more stories or anything?
Yeah, else? Yeah. You got another one? Go ahead.
Sure. I remember once another woman I met at Copperfield's and asked her out, went to the movies. After the movie, I said, would you like to go to dinner? She goes, yes. I go, is there any particular place you like? Now, we lived in Queens. She was in the Bayside section of Queens. She goes, yeah, this is a certain restaurant I like. She had me drive way out onto Long Island in probably the most expensive restaurant in the whole world. And I said, well, Tom, you did say there's a restaurant you'd like to go to. And there we are.
What? Was this a first date?
First date. First date, yes.
I mean, I give you a lot of credit for following through, but I also say, you're allowed to say, how about somewhere within like a 20-mile radius,
Yeah, I know. See, I didn't ask how far it was. I said, just give me directions to the place.
Oh, and so you had no idea and you just kept driving and driving and driving and driving. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow. That's
something, right? So anyhow, the PS to that is, so I drive back to her house, and so park along the curb. She says to me, well, I gotta run now. She gets out of the car, slams the door, and runs faster than any human I ever saw.
Wow.
I mean, I was open mouthed aghast. She was an Olympic runner. She wanted to make sure I didn't make any move on her. Once I parked that car, I got to run now. And she literally ran as fast as I've ever seen.
I just don't understand that. Wow. Yeah. So she made you jump through many hoops there.
Many hoops.
And basically asked you for money too. I mean, she just asked for in the form of a very nice food and atmosphere, but like she basically asked you for money too.
That's true. I never thought of that. Well, there's number 3 now. I got 3 of those.
Yeah, so we got 3. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you called her the next day and
I actually called her. And she didn't even want to see me again. Yeah.
Yeah, the running away might have been a clue. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I know.
Is it you? No, I'm kidding.
I'm into second chances a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
The first date is the running.
Running. Was she wearing high heels? Because then I would be super impressed if she was wearing like stilettos and ran.
I don't think so, because she was about my height. I'm not tall, but I'm not tiny. So she's about 5'8" or so.
Right.
And I think she wore flat shoes, which probably became even flatter the way she ran.
That's good. All right. Well, this has been so much fun. You definitely have a lot of stories there. I'm sure you even have more, but there's only so many minutes in a podcast, and I don't know how I'm gonna I don't know how this is going to be a 20-minute podcast, but we're going to work on that. But Tom Padevano has been my guest today. You can find him on Instagram, Tom Comedy 2, the number 2. And he's got a website, tomcomedy.com. Tom, anything else you want to throw out there?
No, that's basically it. I really had fun doing this, Suzanne. I usually don't talk about stuff this much at the dating, but it's a fascinating subject. And I want to thank you for inviting me. And hopefully we'll see each other maybe in a while and do another comedy show.
Oh, that sounds fantastic to me. Yes. Thank you. You were great. Thank you so much. I love your stories. And yeah, Tom Padevano, everybody. And catch us next time on Swiping Left.